Welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up on today's video, a 22 million official bid submitted for Wissa, but will Brentford accept or do they want more? Baena, have Forest triggered his clause? And Murillo is set to sign a new lucrative deal. All this and plenty more coming up today on your latest Forest news. Let's get into it. Today's video is sponsored by Carrera, the football online stock market where you can buy into players based on your football knowledge. It's so easy to log onto. It's a simple click of a button and you can top up your account and get investing now. I've just gone and invested in a couple of players. I've put $100 into Yamal because he is that hot shot from Barca. All the hype is around him. I've also gone and put $100 into Garnacho because I think he's about to leave Manchester United to maybe Napoli and there'll be a lot of hype around him. I've also invested in Julian Van Most because he is a verified account and has a fan club, which means you can interact directly with the footballer and they do plenty of things. You can win signed football shirts, balls, you can get him to interact on your social medias with you, and you can have personal shout outs or videos, just to name some of the benefits from it. So go check out Carrera, get yourself logged in, use your football knowledge to potentially make yourself some great investments. Scan this QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. Let's get back to the video. So guys, the big breaking news today is that Forest have put an official bid in for Wissa worth £22 million. Now, this is on top of the bid we put in late in the summer window, as we told you a few days ago, of £15 million. That was rejected flat out by Brentford. Now, there was talks that it could have got done. It was just a case of it was too late in the window. That was all rumours. But this bid is now official. It's been reported by Ornstein and others that it's £22 million. Now, he is 28 years old. He's played 120 times for Brentford and scored 37 goals. And he is part of that dynamic duo that they have with him and Mbeumo up front. And I don't know how I feel about this one. I'll be honest with you guys, because when I see Wissa, I see one word, and that is AFCON. I said this in the previous video, and my stance hasn't changed on it. I also don't know how well he fits in, because is he going to replace Chris Wood up front? Probably not. Is he going to come to Forest to be second fiddle? Definitely not. Could he play it on the wings? Yes, he can as well. He could almost play it as a shadow striker. So I think Nuno would find a way to fit him in. But that's my big concern here. Fitting someone in. It's like shoehorning a piece rather than slotting that final piece into the jigsaw puzzle. Also, yes, I am a little ageist. He's 28. You could argue he's in the prime of his footballing career, but it would definitely mean that if he was to, say, sign a 4-year deal with Forest, we ain't getting no return on our investment. But does that matter? Because our investment may be on the pitch. Look, I'm not saying I don't think he's a good player. I really do rate him. I also think there's a couple of funny little side notes to it, that we are now almost bullying Brentford into buying their players, because remember back in the Championship when they tried to buy Jono off us for 20 million, I think it was, and now who's the bigger club? Well, we were anyway. So that's one thing. The other thing as well, I think it's a bit of a statement signing that Forest can, if they want to, go into other Premier League clubs and nick their players, and you know, so that I like. But in terms of the actual transfer, I think we can do better. I know that sounds big-headed of me. Some of you may say deluded. It's just the AFCON thing for me. We've already got plenty of African players which are going to lose next January when AFCON comes around. And that is my big concern. Now, from the Brentford stance, they don't want to sell him. I'd be very surprised if they accepted 22 million. The rumors going around are they're going to reject 22 anyway and would want more. I think they'd be looking for 30. However, he only has 18 months left on his contract. No signs yet of him signing a new one. Therefore, you can understand why Forest are going in it at the price that they are offering. Here's my stance, right? If we get him for 22 million, I'm not against it. He'll do a job, he'll be fine. But we've got to plan for AFCON. And also, when is Chris Wood going to sign his new contract? I'm confused on this one. My gut instinct says no. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's talk about some really important news. And this is going to be Forest's most important dealings, if you like, during this transfer window, and that's signing up onto new contracts of key players. We know Einar's getting very close to signing. We know Chris Wood's in negotiation, and we now know that Murillo is literally about there in terms of signing. There have been a lot of reports going out saying all signed, and everyone's got all over excited. As far as we know, pen hasn't been put to paper yet, but everything is looking hunky-dory for this to happen. I think I've seen the reports on Sky Sports and what have you to say that a verbal agreement has been agreed, and I would agree with them in terms of the stage it's at. Now, this will be for a 4-year deal. Remember when Murillo signed up, it was like a 6-year deal or 6.5-year deal. So it's not extending the length of his stay per se. This is going to sort him out some chunky wages, because we understand he was on about 25 to 30k on his old deal, and he is definitely going to go up to what? I don't know. I haven't seen any numbers, but whatever it is, it's much well deserved and in line with what he should be earning. So I'm extremely happy about this. Look, wait till pen is put to paper before we start, throwing around the fanfares and everything. But this is a good thing for Forest. And on top of that, our understanding is there is no release clause built within the contract, and that itself is huge. Now, the skeptics amongst you may say, oh, is this just lining up to protect the asset to then make sure that when someone comes in, we can charge more cash for him? I don't think so, because the length of the contract hasn't technically changed. And I think Murillo is actually more than happy at Forest now. We saw his interview in the summer in the Brazilian media talking about how he wants Man City and what have you. I think it's changed. Just like everyone in life, when new evidence is presented to you, you should be able to change your opinion. And his new evidence is that Forest are flying high in the table, on track potentially for European football, maybe Champions League football. So why would he feel the need to leave when he's guaranteed-ish first team football at Forest, maybe in the Champions League next season, and a move to the likes of Liverpool or Real Madrid or whatever it may be may not guarantee him a name on that first team sheet. So what do you guys feel about Murillo? Remember, kind of don't go over the top yet. We need to see that ink and then see it dry. But it's very close. In principle, everything is verbally agreed. It's just procedural now as far as I'm concerned. Get your thoughts in down below. All right, let's move on to some transfer rumors for you. And this is on Alex Baena, the midfielder from Villarreal, who's pretty much spent his whole career so far at there, barring a loan move for a season or so, and has played for Spain at every level of international, including senior level. He's played 8 games, and I think he scored 2 goals with them. At Villarreal, he's played 93 games and scored 12 goals. Now, is he a striker? Kind of. Is he a midfielder? Definitely. Is he good? He's on some next level as far as I'm concerned. Can play as a cam, can play as a winger, can play as a number 8. It's his ball distribution and his eye for a pass that really catches my eye. Would I be up for him at Forest? 100%. He would really move that bar up a level for us. The question is, though, what is going on here? So, rumors came out yesterday that he has a 50 million release clause in his contract, and now Forest have triggered it and are ready to smash their transfer record for it. Okay, bear with me. Newcastle are also interested in him, as are Bayern Munich. Now, what I understand is that it's Newcastle that have triggered his release clause. Bayern are thinking about it, and Forest are interested in him. I do not see Forest spending 50 million on technically a number 8 when we need to spend that kind of money, if we do at all, on a new striker, on a winger, whatever it is. Number 8 position for me, Elliot Anderson is doing a fantastic job there. For us to then go and blow 50 million, and by the way, it would be money well spent because he is that good, just doesn't make financial logical sense for me just yet. If we didn't have Elliot Anderson, or God forbid he got injured or something like that, I could understand it. I just don't see this as a balance in terms of financially or how it would fit on the team. So I've seen the reports where it says Forest have hit that release trigger. I don't believe them. I don't think the sources are credible enough. But I've seen plenty of more substantial reports to say that Newcastle have triggered it. And I think that's where some people are getting their wires crossed. Are Forest interested? Of course they are. Who wouldn't be? But right now, the interested clubs in him are Newcastle, Forest and Bayern Munich, which kind of tells you the pedigree of the player in itself if you haven't seen him. But the reports to say Forest have triggered a 50 million clause, as far as I can see, are not true. Would you take him at Forest though? My answer is 1,000,000% yes. But can I see it happening? Sorry to burst some bubbles, but no. But the Greek father does Greek father things. Get your thoughts in on Alex in the comments down below. And that brings you up to date with your transfer news. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new here. Go check out the sponsors of the video, Micarera, scan this QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. We'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.